making of Tobit. Soon after I took over as music director at the First Presbyterian Church of Napa, I was exploring the church facilities and I stumbled on this wonderful puppet theater. One thing that made it very unusual was the fact that it had 3 stages or playing areas, a central stage and 2 smaller side stages. I've always loved puppetry, and so I decided to do a puppet show. For the subject, I chose the book of Tobit. It's not a well-known Bible story anymore, although it was very popular in the Middle Ages and earlier, and it has some great fairy tale-like qualities. The first time I read it, I thought it would make a good puppet show, and I'd been waiting for a chance to do it. As I studied the book and thought about making it into a play, I decided to use shadow puppets. Shadow puppets have a long history and are used in many cultures, from Java to China and Greece. I recruited a very talented woman, Maria Cartwright, into the project, and she immediately reached out to Mario Choco'o to design the puppets. Mario came up with some wonderful designs, and Maria came up with others of her own. Slowly the cast of characters got designed and constructed. Although I'd done some very simple shadow puppets shows before, this was a much more ambitious project. And Maria and I spent many weeks together trying out different designs and different ways of putting the puppets together. The church's handbell room became our workshop as we built the different sets. We tried a couple of designs for Tobit's house and for Raguel's house. We also had to work out the techniques to manipulate the puppets, and we experimented with different lighting effects. At the same time, I was working on the script for the puppet show, taking the story and dividing it into scenes and deciding how to use the 3 stages. I decided to write the script in blank verse. This is unrhymed poetry with 5 accents per line. Enough of that. Draw near, my friends, and watch some little puppets play my little life. There's a long literary tradition of using this verse form for drama, going back to Shakespeare and the other Elizabethan playwrights. Here's an example from Romeo and Juliet. 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. As we worked on this, we realized that we were going to have to modify the theater to make it more suitable for shadow puppets. I started building the lighting fixtures that we would need and installing them backstage. Finally, we got to the place where we could start putting the elements together in the puppet theater and seeing how it would look to an audience. Now we were ready to assemble our cast. Maria and I would do the puppets, but we needed the voice actors who would also be the musicians. I started talking to people in the church who I thought would be good actors, and eventually we had our full cast. Now we were ready for the kickoff meeting. One of the actors, Michael Stribling, turned out to be a graphic artist who came up with a poster design that was not only strikingly beautiful, but which captured the essence of the story in a single wonderful image. After we went into rehearsal, it became obvious that we needed a few more people. I recruited my girlfriend, Sylvia Alvergue, as an additional puppeteer, and we got Donna Roscoe to help us by doing the lights. We gave 3 performances, which went so well that we decided to make a DVD of the show. We recorded the audio portion with the original cast, but by this time Maria had moved on to other projects. So I recruited Steve Schoen, who had been one of the voice actors, Dixie Freisinger, and Carmen Lopez. With Sylvia, they handled the puppets, which left me free to direct and do the lights. The new puppeteers threw themselves into the task.
Secret. What choice do I
She
have?
fades out. Raphael leans
Master, I must go perform the task that we spoke of on the road. And as for you, remember all I told you. Do not fear. If you keep your head, all will be well.
Azariah, surely you can stay just through the night.
Mary, daughter.
The whole show was videotaped in one marathon session, and the result is this DVD. Well, not 13.
You stupid little
Okay,
goat.
we're going to do it again. Okay.